PBA bowlers are so good that we often take it for granted they're going to make every single shot. However, even the absolute best miss shots from time to time, and often it can be the so-called easy shots that are missed, particularly under intense pressure. In this video we're going to take a look at some of the biggest misses by PBA bowlers. Now all of these misses do have something in common. They're all in situations where the pressure is immense and the player in question either needs to make a so-called easy spare or simply get good count, but they end up missing. Now when I say easy shot, of course nothing is easy, especially when you're on television and you need to spare a single pin to win the match. But at the same time, these pros are so used to playing under this sort of pressure that you would still expect them to convert these so-called easy chances to win. Hopefully you'll see what I mean as we take a look at some examples of the biggest and most shocking misses. We start today's video with Mika Koivuniemi. Major Mika is from Finland and had great success on the tour, winning 3 majors and 14 PBA titles in total. His third major came at the 2011 Tournament of Champions, and about 1 month later he was trying to win his 4th major at the 2011 US Open. He was in the championship match where he faced Norm Duke for the title. It was a close match throughout, but Mika had a 24 pin lead after the 9th frame and was working on a 4-bagger. It looked like he had all but sealed his victory when Norm Duke struck out for a 225. This left Mika needing 16 pins in the 10th frame. He made a decent shot in the first shot of the 10th, but left a 10 pin. All he had to do was make the spare and the title was pretty much his. But to everyone's complete surprise, especially Norm Duke's, he missed the 10 pin, and this was one of the most shocking moments in PBA history. Although many bowlers do struggle with the corner pins, for a pro it's a very routine shot, but as mentioned earlier, pressure does strange things to even the best, and it caused Mika to just overthrow it slightly and it went in the gutter and he handed Norm Duke the title. Number 2. Ballard JR. Probably one of the most famous misses in PBA history, Ballard JR was facing up against Pete Webber in the title match of the 1991 Fair Lanes Open. Dell needed 2 strikes and 7 pins in the 10th to take the title. He gets the first 2 strikes and you can see he was playing a pretty wide line and just started to flirt with the gutter. In the last shot he needed just 7 pins, but somehow ended up throwing it down the gutter and lost the match. Now this left many people wondering why he didn't just throw the ball straight down the middle as hard as he could. 7 pins is no gimme however, and there's every possibility he could have left a big split trying to throw it down the middle, but in hindsight I'm pretty sure Dell wished he had taken that course of action. This was a shocking miss and even Pete couldn't quite believe what happened. Number 3. Chris Barnes. Over to Chris Barnes now, who faced Michael Haugen Jr. in the title match of the 2008 Tournament of Champions. Barnes had complete control over the match and had a 41 pin lead after the 8th frame. He was in cruise control and just needed to mark in the 9th and 10th frame and the title would be his. He left a 10 pin in the 9th and what should have been a routine shot, well, it turned out to be a big miss that opened the door for Haugen to get back into the match, and Haugen jumped right through that door and struck out, forcing Barnes to now double in the 10th. Unfortunately for Barnes he was unable to do so and lost the match. This single pin miss in the 9th was huge and ultimately cost Barnes the title. Number 4. Rash. Rash had some TV struggles early on in his career, especially when it came to spares, where he kept missing by some distance. Here's our first big miss from Sean in the 10th frame of the semi-final match against Russo. He struck in the first shot of the 10th but then went high, leaving the 3-6-9-10. He missed everything, and this was a bad mistake because it virtually handed Russell the match, as he now needed only 8 pins to advance. If Rash had got good count, even if he had opened and just say got 3 out of the 4 pins, it would have forced Ronnie Russell to mark in the 10th. You can see that Ronnie actually ended up missing the spare in the 10th frame, so those pins Rash threw away certainly made a huge difference. Now fast forward to 2019, and it's the championship match where Rash is facing Dick Allen. Sean just needs to spare the 10 pin to win the title, but misses it inside. This gives Allen a chance to win if he can double and get 8 pins. Now Sean was actually a little unfortunate as Alan got a huge break in the first shot, somehow tripping the 2-pin. He then threw a decent second shot, but still needed 8 pins for the win. You can see he got some more good fortune as he nearly left 7 pins but somehow just tripped the 10-pin. But either way, Rash had a chance to put this one away with a single pin spare, and that 10-pin miss cost him the title. Number 5. Matt Russo. Our last big miss on this list comes from Matt Russo, who was facing Sean Rash at the Midwest division of the Players' Championship. This match is probably most famous for Sean Rash's angry outburst about the use of urethane balls, so I think many slightly overlooked the fact that Russo did throw this one away. He needed just 9 pins in the 10th frame to win, but went right through the nose for a 5 count. This meant he now needed to spare this split to win, but what's interesting is he actually left the exact same split in the previous frame and actually managed to make the spare. So it wasn't beyond the realms of possibility for him to make it twice in a row. He failed to spare the tough split, however, and handed Rash the win. Going through the nose on the first shot is a huge miss given the fact he needed just a 9 count to win. So there we have it. There was 5 of the biggest misses in PBA history. Out of this list, which miss do you consider to be the worst and why? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And do let me know if you think there are any other misses by players that you think should have made this list. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I really appreciate all of you for watching, supporting, commenting, subscribing to the channel. And I've got a huge number of videos planned that will be coming very, very soon. I'm just starting to now put them all together. And all of these videos include a wide variety of different types of content, all revolved around PBA bowling. And just once again, a huge thank you to everyone who supported the channel in its early stages, because it is still a relatively new channel, and I'm just so pleased that we've managed to reach as many bowling fans as we have done so far. So thank you all bowling fans. Hope to see you all again in my next video, and as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.